Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Richard Liu.
And I'm Julia Vanderkolk.
And welcome to your BNN News Show.
This week we'll be showing you more about the Young Republicans Club,
the Science Olympiad team,
the Purdue Boiler Bot competition,
Dance Marathon committee meetings,
the Columbus North Color Guard,
the Indiana Bicentennial Celebration,
and social media. The Young Republicans Club meets every other Tuesday. Here's more about their meetings. With presidential elections coming up, more and more teens are becoming politically active. One example at North is the Teen Republicans Club. BNN talked to two members, Isaac Jackson and Kate Fox, about their experiences.
I joined the Teen Republicans Club because I wanted to meet with people that had the same views and same opinions that I did, and like-minded people.
I joined the Teen Politics Club at Columbus North High School because I wanted to learn more about the party and I wanted to be an informed voter. In the meetings, we normally have either like a commissioner or someone that has held office in the Republican Party, or campaign managers come and speak to us and they tell us what we can do for the party, and they tell us how we can do our part and help make phone calls and go door to door and hang signs and get involved.
So for instance, last week we had George Morales come in and speak to us, and Matt Miller. They're running, so. Best part is just talking with people, seeing what they like, what they dislike, and just sharing opinions, really.
The Teen Republicans meet every other Tuesday at 7:15 in Mr. Russell's room. This is Julia Vanderkolk reporting for BNN.
See more about the Columbus North Science Team, Science Olympiad.
The Science Olympiad team met last Thursday in room 2305. BNN sat down with Vijay Jampa to find out more.
I've been on the Science Olympiad team my sophomore and junior year, and I enjoyed both of them. For me, I enjoyed doing all the building events that they had, like tower building, bridge building, experimental design, and I've gone more into the computer stuff with Game On, so I enjoyed that. There are a lot of things you can do in Science Olympiad, like there are some where you can like research stuff and then bring it in. There's some just plain test taking stuff, some building events, and others are also computer programming events that are actually coming in. They're actually pretty new. I competed in a few building events and I placed in bridge building. I think I got second, if I remember right, and that was at IU. It's pretty fun just seeing the new students coming in. Like, it's grown a lot. Last time we kind of had a shortage of students. Now we seem to have an abundance. On the team we're like only allowed to have like 7 seniors, and I was able to round up around 16 of them, so it's pretty awesome. The one mistake I always did is I started too late on the building events, so if you have the building events, make sure you build more than one and test it out, see if it works well, because if you just take one, it can fail pretty easily. And I don't know, just start early in general, because it's harder than it seems.
BNN also spoke to Mr. Parker to find out more.
So Science Olympiad, what we do different science events. Chemistry, physics, and biology tend to be the main ones, although there's some astronomy, some fossils, some rocks. There's lots of building events, so if you're into building. Bridge towers this year, we built bridges in the past. There's a helicopter, I think we built a hovercraft, robotic arms, there's one where there's computer program, so lots of science events going over the scientific method, experimental design. We're always looking for new students. Even if you're interested, you can always stop by. It's usually lots of fun. We start competing, we get guidelines for the rules in October. We start competing usually second semester, so beginning of second semester is when our last competitions are. We've placed at our regional, we've gotten in second place. We're hoping to get first this year. And then at state, we've done decently well. And we're hoping this year to get a little bit higher on that. Hopefully getting at least individual medals, maybe a team medal in state.
If you have any questions, you can find Mr. Parker in room 2305. This is Kobe Gray reporting for BNN.
The Purdue Boiler Bot competition was September 16th and 17th. Here's more about the team's experience at the competition.
Columbus, Indiana was represented in the Purdue Boiler Bot competition by Galactic, Team 4926. The team traveled to Purdue University last weekend, September 16th and 17th, in order to compete in this annual competition. Each year, this robotics team, along with many others across the globe, builds a robot in 6 weeks according to each year's set of unique game rules. This year's game involved propelling a ball through several high and low goals themed as towers, including several other medieval-themed defenses intended for the robot to cross over. Team 4926 was eliminated in the semifinals after previously winning in the match, scoring the highest amount of points achieved throughout the entire event at 155 points. BNN spoke to team members Dee Iyer and Reed Nowling about their experience at the competition.
So this past competition, I was in charge of, I was the driver coach. So basically what that means is I had to make sure that the drivers got a few, like I sat behind them and offered suggestions on how to play the game to them while they're in the middle of the game. And I was really trying to make sure that they knew what to do at all times, in order if they didn't see something happening that I did, then I would have to inform them of that so that they know, what's going on in other places in the field, because they're very focused on what their robot is doing, and I have to be focused on what other robots are doing. So I had to do that, and then I also had to help a little bit in the pits, make sure that the new guys were learning how to do everything, and yeah.
The atmosphere of the competition was very fun. I didn't expect it to be so much like a sports competition rather than a formal science event, but it felt more like a sports event because there were so many people cheering on the robots in the stands, and all the teams helped each other, and there was a lot of competitiveness, but there was also teams trying to help each other and help everyone do their best.
What have I learned from going to competitions? So basically, I've learned how to work in these really high stress environments and work effectively. And instead of being bogged down by that stress, I've learned to channel it and work faster and work harder. Because there's a lot of times where we'll be out in the field, we catastrophically break our robot, and we're back on the field working perfectly fine in 5 minutes. It's very exciting to see how that robot, how quickly we can get this thing put back together.
To learn more about Columbus Robotics, join them at their weekly meeting on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Reeves Center. This is Richard Liu reporting from BNN. The Dance Marathon Committee meets every Wednesday. See more about their meetings.
The Dance Marathon Committee meetings have just started. We interviewed sophomores Jayla Fisher and Sam Russell about their experience on the committee.
Me personally, I'm looking forward to not only getting involved with, like I said, the other students, but also getting involved with the businesses and the community, that when they can donate stuff, and me making a relationship with everyone. That's one of the most important things that I'm looking for. It's never too late to join, so if you still want to join, we just had our first meeting, and we just pretty much did a bunch of icebreakers just to get to know each other. And yeah, it would be great if you join, because the more people we have, the better.
BNN sat down with Jayla Fisher about her experience on the committee.
I joined Dance Marathon because I wanted to be more involved in the community and in my school, and lots of my friends were doing it, so I thought it would be a really fun experience. It's my first Dance Marathon, so I'm looking forward to meeting new people and making more fun memories. If you're thinking about doing Dance Marathon, I think you should really do it, because you have lots of opportunities to meet new people, make new memories, and learn new things, and just really get involved and make a difference.
I'm Ben Dickerson reporting for BNN.
The Columbus North Color Guard is preparing for the competition this weekend. Here's more about the team.
The Columbus North Color Guard is setting out for their first competition this weekend. BNN sat down with the Color Guard to see how they have prepared.
Well, before competitions, we usually do standstill run-throughs. So it gives us a chance to kind of practice our show, but not actually be out on the field doing it. We sometimes watch DCI shows to get inspiration to perform big, whatever. We get treat bags and stuff to pump us up, and then we get a lot of pep talks and just do things that bond us together so that we can perform together and do our best.
We've done a lot to prepare, actually. We've been practicing a lot and rearranging our schedules. like when the rain comes, to make sure we get in all our practice time to prepare for this weekend.
The hardest part about going to away games is not being familiar with the field, and there's like all these other bands going around and watching you perform.
The hardest part of away games would probably have to be like keeping everything organized and trying to get places on time, because that can get kind of hectic.
We practice like every Monday, Wednesday, Tuesdays, and Fridays basically, and most Saturdays for like the past few months.
This is Jasmine Austin reporting for BNN.
Last Sunday, Indiana's bicentennial torch passed through Columbus. See more about our celebration.
This Sunday, Columbus got its turn at the spotlight as the honorary city for Bartholomew County in the bicentennial torch relay. Columbus was the 29th stop on the torch's 92-county, 3,200-mile journey across the state of Indiana. Bartholomew County had 29 torchbearers that carried the torch from Columbus Municipal Airport all the way to the center of town at the Library Plaza. BNN talked with Mr. Stoltz about what it was like to be a torchbearer.
It was exciting, and I guess an honor that representing the state of Indiana, and also my former and current students when I'm walking the torch. It was very awesome. I kind of, expected, but the kids are so, band kids are so great, and the orchestra kids as well came as well and followed me along. Some of them had pictures of me on their shirts and things like that, so it was really cool. And they actually walked along the side of the street across from me as I went down during my path. I guess, again, it was an honor. I didn't expect it, and I did get nominated by a band parent. And then it went through a selection committee, and I guess there was over 100 that were chosen, and then it had to narrow that down to 29 or 30, I think, that actually were torchbearers.
Columbus celebrated its rich culture at this event. Everything from the first models of Cummins engines to the Columbus City Band was represented in the festivities. All of these took place near the center of town at the Library Plaza. Many people crowded the plaza to provide their support to the torchbearers. BNN spoke to Mrs. Arthur about her experience with the bicentennial event.
I attended because my father was selected as a torchbearer, and so my entire family attended to honor my 90-year-old dad. That was great. I thought the organization, at least for the torchbearers, I take care of all my dad's planning. So the planning was great, the organization was great. The relay was great. People arrived in all kinds of ways, from fire trucks to bicycles to running.
The event culminated with the light of the torch being used to ignite a cauldron at the plaza and the 29 torchbearers being recognized on the steps of the library. Shortly after, the Columbus Children's Choir sang "Happy Birthday to Indiana" as balloons with the Indiana colors rose into the distance. The event brought Hoosiers near and far, young and old, together to celebrate Indiana's birthday. This is Mark Alamano reporting for BNN.
Here's your social media update for this week.
BNN sat down with Thomas Goebel to talk about #ItCanWait, distracted driving is never okay.
I think that as new drivers, we need to not have any distractions. I think that if there are any distractions, they should be very minimal. Texting while driving, I don't think is okay at all. I think that that's something that we need to encourage among ourselves, that we not need to be texting while driving, and because it's just dangerous. It's putting other people's lives at risk, and I don't think I want that on my conscience.
Also, in social media news, AdBlocker is now whitelisting ads, so you should switch to uBlock Origin, the best ad blocker on the Google Play Store. This is Timothy Baker reporting for BNN.
That's it for today, Bulldogs. I'm Richard Liu.
And I'm Julia Vanderkolk.
Have a great weekend.
If you would like an announcement on the show, please email us at nhs_communications@bcsc.k12.in.us. BNN is a proud partner of CNHS Media at Columbus North in Columbus, Indiana. All music is provided by American Music Company.